Manchester City's obsession with finding the perfect blend of creativity, pace, and finishing power has been one of the reasons Pep Guardiola's side have remained at the top of English and European football in recent years. But even for a team that boasts the likes of Erling Haaland, Phil Foden, Kevin De Bruyne, Jack Grealish, Bernardo Silva, and Jeremy Doku, there is always the sense that Guardiola is on the lookout for the next piece of magic that could elevate his side to an even greater level. That search has led them back to a familiar name, Real Madrid's Rodrygo Goes. City's admiration for the Brazilian is no secret, and reports now claim that the club is preparing a mammoth €80 million bid for the 23-year-old in the January transfer window, a move that could ignite one of the most dramatic stories of the season. Rodrygo has been a fixture in Madrid's first team since his arrival from Santos in 2019. While Vinícius Júnior was initially the golden boy from Brazil, Rodrygo quietly carved out his own reputation as a match winner, particularly in Europe. His Champions League nights are the stuff of legend, and City know that better than anyone. In 2022, his dramatic late double against them at the Santiago Bernabéu turned the semi-final on its head, paving the way for Real Madrid to lift the trophy. Those moments, scored with clinical precision and unshakable calm, left a mark on Guardiola and his staff, who have kept a close eye on the forward's development ever since. For Manchester City, the logic behind the move is clear. Guardiola thrives on having versatile players who can interchange positions and offer tactical flexibility. Rodrygo fits that profile perfectly. He can play on either wing, through the middle, or even as a false nine, and his ability to adapt would allow City to shuffle their attacking options without losing balance. While Jeremy Doku has brought speed and unpredictability, and Jack Grealish provides control and retention, Guardiola wants a forward who combines the two, and Rodrygo ticks that box. His finishing ability, coupled with his knack for delivering in high-pressure moments, makes him a highly attractive target. There is also the question of City's long-term strategy. With Bernardo Silva and Kevin De Bruyne both moving towards their 30s, and questions always lingering about potential interest from Barcelona and Saudi Arabia in their services, Guardiola wants to future-proof his side with younger talents who can keep City at the top for years to come. Rodrygo, still just 23, represents that perfect blend of youth and experience at the highest level. He already has multiple Champions League titles, has featured in countless big games, and knows what it takes to succeed in a team where competition for places is fierce. Real Madrid, however, are unlikely to roll over easily. Florentino Perez and Carlo Ancelotti see Rodrygo as part of the club's future, and while the arrival of Kylian Mbappé this summer has shifted the attacking hierarchy, the Brazilian remains a crucial piece of Madrid's puzzle. Mbappé and Vinícius are expected to dominate the wings for years to come, and Jude Bellingham's influence through the middle has made Los Blancos a frightening attacking force. Yet Ancelotti has continued to find ways to use Rodrygo effectively, even experimenting with him as a center forward. Madrid's faith in him is underscored by the fact that he has regularly been trusted in decisive matches, despite fierce competition for places. But City's potential €80 million offer changes the dynamic. That kind of money forces even clubs like Real Madrid to consider their options. While Perez is never desperate to sell, he is also a pragmatist. If Rodrygo begins to feel that his minutes are limited by Mbappé's arrival and expresses a desire for a new challenge, Madrid could find themselves in a situation where selling becomes the most logical choice. For the player himself, the prospect of working under Pep Guardiola in the Premier League is undoubtedly tempting. Many Brazilian forwards, from Gabriel Jesus to Gabriel Martinelli, have spoken about the thrill of playing in England's top flight, and Rodrygo could be the next to embrace that challenge. For City, Adding Rodrygo would be more than just strengthening their attack, it would also be about sending a message to Europe. Signing a key player from Real Madrid, one of their greatest rivals in the Champions League, would demonstrate the club's pulling power and ambition. It would show that Guardiola is not satisfied with his current squad, despite winning a treble last season, and that City intend to remain dominant for years to come. In a footballing world where rivalries are increasingly fought in the transfer market as much as on the pitch, this would be a significant statement of intent. There is also a tactical element to consider. Guardiola is known for his obsession with control, but in recent seasons, he has embraced pace and unpredictability in his front line. Doku has given City an electric edge on the left, but with Rodrygo, Guardiola could add another layer of dynamism. Imagine a front line where Haaland occupies central defenders, Doku stretches the play wide, Foden drifts into half spaces, and Rodrygo darts into gaps between full-backs and centre-backs. The possibilities are frightening for opponents and tantalizing for Guardiola. From Rodrygo's perspective, the decision would not be easy. At Madrid, he has the chance to be part of a new golden era alongside Mbappé, Vinícius, and Bellingham. The lure of more Champions League titles, La Liga dominance, and the prestige of wearing the famous white shirt is immense. But in England, he would be a headline signing, not just another cog in a superstar machine. City would likely hand him a prominent role, both in the Premier League and in Europe, and he would have the opportunity to develop under one of the greatest coaches in football history. The January window is notoriously difficult for blockbuster transfers, and this saga may well drag into the summer. But City's willingness to table €80 million suggests that their interest is serious and that they believe Rodrygo could be prized away from Madrid with the right offer. The player's stance will be crucial. If he makes it clear he is happy in Madrid, the story may fade. But if he shows even a hint of openness to a Premier League move, City will push aggressively. This pursuit of Rodrygo also fits into a broader pattern of Guardiola's relentless quest for improvement. Even when his side are winning, he is thinking about what comes next, who can give them an edge in the toughest games, and how to refresh the squad to avoid stagnation. Rodrygo represents not just talent, but also mentality, the kind of player who thrives under pressure and does not shrink on the biggest stages. Those are the qualities Guardiola values most, and they are the reasons he has never forgotten about the Brazilian since that fateful night in Madrid. As the January window approaches, speculation will only intensify. City's offer is likely to test Real Madrid's resolve, and whether Rodrygo stays or goes, the story will underline just how highly he is regarded across Europe. For City, he could be the next piece of a puzzle that already looks nearly complete. For Madrid, he is a jewel they cannot afford to lose. Whatever happens, the battle for Rodrygo is shaping up to be one of the defining transfer sagas of the season, and fans across the world will be watching closely to see whether Guardiola finally gets his man.